Hey everyone, welcome back. We are jumping right into an urgent briefing today because there's a massive, newly leaked industry disruption that you, especially if you're a tech executive, absolutely need to get your head around right now. We're looking at some wild leaked intel about something called the Genesis engine. Now look, this is not just your standard tech update. It's not a minor software patch. This is literally a paradigm-shifting event. It's poised to completely alter the landscape of digital media forever. So if you're in software, entertainment, or digital creation, pull up a chair. You really need to pay close attention to the intel we're about to go through. Let's dive right in. Okay, just listen to this massive claim taken straight from the source material. Quote, "Cancel your Netflix subscription. The new Genesis engine just killed Hollywood in 24 hours. I mean, wow, right? But here's the thing. This really isn't an exaggeration. Think back to the transition from physical film to digital media. Remember how that just completely wiped out legacy companies that couldn't pivot fast enough? Well, this engine is acting like an apex predator to our modern entertainment ecosystem. That's the staggering level of disruption we're unpacking in today's explainer. All right, let's jump right into this first section, the end of Hollywood. So to really wrap our heads around this macro disruption, we have to look at the core mechanism driving the whole thing, and that is real-time world building. Literally, you speak and the universe creates itself. Just pause and think about the long-term impact on the traditional Hollywood production cycle for a second. With this, there's no traditional pre-production, there are no months of agonizing rendering, no massive, highly specialized crews. The interface is simply your voice. You're the director, and the system just responds instantaneously. We are moving entirely from delayed rendering to immediate, instantaneous creation. It's wild. Okay, moving on to Section 2, voice replaces manual code.
Now you really have to consider the stark contrast. For decades, right, the barrier to creation was coding. You needed specialized software, you literally had to speak the machine's language. But the source intel explicitly states, and I quote, "Blender times are gone and code is dead." Think about that. The new Genesis paradigm is just voice commands resulting in instant, real-time adaptation. The transition here is frankly violent for the existing industry because it just completely wipes out the technical middleman between your human conception and the digital execution.
Let me walk you through the frictionless user experience they detailed in the leak, because it really drives home just how terrifyingly fast and high quality this engine is. Step 1, you literally just describe a movie out loud. Step 2, it immediately plays back to you in stunning 4K resolution at a silky smooth 60 frames per second. And step 3, okay, this is where it gets truly mind-bending. If you want to change the scene, you just say, "Make it rain." You don't dive back into some complex menu. You don't pause to render particle effects. You just command it, and the physics of the world instantly alter right there on the fly. And the absolutely crucial point here is how incredibly deep this AI's understanding actually goes. The Genesis physics engine automatically and instantly adapts to 3 incredibly complex variables, and it does it perfectly: gravity, lighting, and human emotion. You don't need a developer manually tweaking shadows anymore. You don't need them endlessly adjusting the facial microexpressions of a 3D character just to show sadness or joy. It innately understands your vocal prompt and executes both the strict physical laws of the environment and the subtle emotional resonance, totally without any manual input. No way, right?
That brings us to Section 3, game development market threats. Now, what's really interesting here is this existential question the source poses. Why buy a game when you can just ask the AI to generate a brand new one while you play? Obviously, this poses massive risks regarding intellectual property and studio value. I mean, think about it from an executive standpoint. If the end user is dynamically generating the experience themselves in real time, who actually owns the IP? The traditional concept of a product kind of just evaporates, and legacy studio valuations, they could plummet overnight as they lose control of their proprietary worlds and those fixed experiences we're so used to buying.
Let's compare the old model of passive consumption against this crazy new active generation. Traditionally, consumers buy pre-made games, right? Games that took years to develop by billion-dollar studios. But under the Genesis model, creation is zero friction and entirely live. The user is generating the environment while playing it. This completely upends current software monetization strategies. The value shifts entirely away from the legacy studio that previously made the game and moves directly over to the engine that's empowering the player to make their own. It's a total flip.
Let's look at the broader picture in Section 4, the ultimate creative democratization. And this brilliantly illustrates what the source calls having a billion-dollar studio right in your pocket. Because of this zero-friction creation, the barrier to entry for top-tier content is now basically virtually non-existent.
The only limit left is literally human imagination. And honestly, it goes way beyond just solo creation. The leak points to a feature called CollabGenerate, where users all across the globe can simultaneously weave and alter shared realities together in real time. It completely bypasses the traditional gatekeepers of capital and high-end equipment. It's mind-blowing.
But here is the immediate, chaotic reality we are actually facing right now, today. This is not some far-off projection for 5 years down the line. The source reports that the beta version of the Genesis engine has actually just leaked onto the dark web, and the servers are literally melting from the sheer volume of users trying to access it. There is just this overwhelming, frantic demand. The genie is already out of the bottle, guys. The public has a taste of this immense power, and our current infrastructure is just buckling under the weight of sheer human curiosity.
So I want to leave you, especially the tech executives and industry leaders tuning in, with this very stark thought taken directly from the leak. Content creation is dead. Reality generation is here. Do not blink. If your business model relies on static media, you really need to pivot your strategy today. Think about it. Would your customers rather watch a prepackaged movie or create a bespoke universe entirely with their own voice? The disruption isn't coming. It's already here. So what's your next move going to be? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep your eyes open.